Good day and thanks for tuning in to your TV Halton. This is Local Matters. My name is Mike and I'm here as always with a representative from North Halton, making sure everything is fair and balanced. Councillor Ron Norris from Halton Hills. How you doing, sir?
I'm balanced this morning, Mike. I'm very balanced.
We were very balanced as we were walking in. We were walking into the palatial estates here of your TV, and there was a potential car battle about to go on in the parking lot, because I guess there's high demand to come in here and watch this broadcast, or how it's taped and everything else. But outside of the wild and fun nature of our Milton residents, it was a fun way with the horns blaring and getting ready to go. So yeah, well, we're balanced.
We're awake now.
We're awake, so, yeah. Definitely. As you can see, I'm here. We're wearing our poppies. It's Remembrance Day week that's coming up. By the time this is airing, Remembrance Day ceremonies have already come and gone. Haltonville had theirs last week, and as we outlined in our previous program, there were a number of other ceremonies that are happening in Halton Hills and in Milton. Hope you have had a chance to support the Poppy campaign by going out and purchasing your poppy. We've had lots of our great cadets and volunteers for the Legions out in the community in front of stores, selling these poppies for us to show our remembrance to the veterans who have fought to give us this freedom, freedom of democracy. Hey, we're both former elected and elected councillors. The freedom of the democracy that we truly enjoy and sometimes take for granted, but a great way to say thank you and support our Legion members and our community.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And speaking of that, one of the things that we talked about in the last episode that we wanted to highlight a little bit more is volunteering in your community and the importance of it. And since COVID, we've seen we saw a spike in volunteership go up during the COVID period, but it's kind of coming back down again. And there's a lot of organizations and groups and community events actually that are running into issues with volunteers, lack of volunteers, that run the risk of not having these events. And with things that are coming up like our Santa Claus parade, they're run entirely by volunteers. People who take the time, as they say in the volunteering and fundraising world, working off the corner of their desk, working on getting sponsors, working on making sure that for parades, floats are arranged properly, and people are coordinated in getting everything done. When it comes to events like the Milton Canada Day, which we sadly didn't have this year, it was to do with a lot of lack of volunteers to support, obviously increased costs. There's a lot of factors that are involved there. But the importance of volunteering in your community is really, it really needs to be highlighted. The Halton Agricultural Society with the Milton Fall Fair is actually doing an active recruitment for volunteers for the Milton Canada Day event. And I urge you to go to the Milton Fall Fair website and the Facebook group for getting more information and updates on upcoming meetings. So many different events that happen in our community, again, are run entirely by volunteers, and sadly those numbers seem to be dwindling.
Well, and exactly, Mike, and there's one event that may already be passed by the time you see this on TV. The Lions Club are doing the Santa Claus Parade in Georgetown, and they've been doing it for a long time. As I mentioned in the last episode, going back to 1932. And this year, just like last year, they're struggling getting volunteers. And they put out a call. It's been on social media. It's actually showed up on Halton Hills Today, other regular media. If the opportunity to see this before, just give the Lions Club a call. Send me a message. I'll get the word out to the Lions Club. They'd love to have some volunteers. It's not a lot of hard work, but the work can't, the parade can't go on, or any of the events can't go on, Mike, without the work of the volunteers, and you don't really see them. Mm-hmm. But if they weren't there, you would notice a huge difference in the quality of the event. So completely support what you're saying there on the volunteers.
Absolutely. The shout outs to all the volunteers for all these events. Hours and hours and months, in fact, of preparation and work go to these types of events, fall fairs, Canada Day celebrations, Santa Claus parades. And from a volunteering aspect, it's not just these types for events, it's also the organizations. Food banks are always in need of support financially and with food, but also with volunteers to help sort the food and to deliver food for kids, also Food for Thought. There's Halton Food for Thought. There's a number of different organizations that require drivers and people that are involved to get involved that way. So if you can find some time, and I know everybody has some time, there's many times you can find yourself on a couch doing this for a couple of hours, and it's really important. Maybe take a couple of those hours that you'd be scrolling to, contact one of these organizations, find out if there's a way to help. Maybe it's making phone calls. Maybe it's helping out with deliveries of food or deliveries of supplies, or supporting some of the seniors in our community. So there's lots of different organizations, and we try to, on our Facebook page, Local Matters with Mike and Ron, to have, to showcase this. So if you follow our page, there's a lot of events that and organizations that we share the posts for. So reach out and get involved in the community. It only takes a couple of hours a week, but it makes a huge difference for our community as a whole.
And one other area too, Mike, is the service clubs. Every town has the service clubs. Halton Hills has a number of them. Well, I mentioned the Lions Club earlier. There's also the Kinsman Club, the Rotary, the Kiwanis, the Optimus. The numbers are a lot lower than what they used to be. And again, it's post-COVID, but again, it's not a lot of work. But the service clubs can really use the help. They love to get more members, and it's a lot of fun being part of a service club. But the work that you do isn't hard, and it's fun.
It is. We have here in Milton with the Milton Rotary Club, and I've always described them as you can't see a community event without seeing members of our Rotary clubs as well. So shout outs to all those great organizations, and because they make a huge impact on our community. And volunteers and people who have been involved in our community. I know that you wanted to talk about the passing of one of North Halton's most beloved volunteers and community activists.
Absolutely, and Mike, it's some sad news to pass along. On November 6th, hundreds and hundreds showed up to say goodbye to an Acton icon and to support his family. Matthew Galliford was the manager of the downtown Acton BIA, but he was so much more. Matt was the architect of the Acton Outdoor Market. He was also the driving force behind the Leathertown Festival and the Trick or Treat on Main. And you want to talk about volunteers, with all the people that were there, all these events wouldn't be happening as well. So from the first time that I met Matt at the outdoor market a few years ago, it was easy to tell that Matt had a love for Acton, and he worked hard to make it worth the drive to Acton. We've heard that before, but he worked hard to make downtown look great. From setting up the Christmas lighting to cleaning up unwanted graffiti. He did this himself, by the way. Matt made sure that things got done. Tributes have come in from all over, including from the TV hit show Still Standing with Johnny Harris. And they will honor Matt with recognition when the Acton, Ontario episode airs in the early new year. Local Matters now joins so many more to offer our condolences to his wife Lori, his sister Diana, his parents Gord and Marianne. Matthew Galliford, at the age of 50, gone too soon, and big shoes left to fill.
It's an incredible loss for the community, and you really truly don't understand the impact until, sadly, they're gone. And Acton's community is Acton and Matt were almost interchangeable.
Yes.
When you were talking about that, and you hear the old slogan, it's worth the drive to Acton, and he kind of made it livable.
He did.
He made it livable that way, where it was his activism, his hard work, his love for the community. And how many people just go around cleaning up graffiti? It's a perfect example of just on their off time. It's just, you want to keep your community beautiful, and as my parents always taught me, is you get out of your community what you put into it. And Matt put a lot into the Acton community. So condolences to his family, to his friends, to the Acton community in general. Huge shoes to fill on that. So we are going to be heading to a break very soon, and we didn't want to end it on a somber note, but we did want to tie in volunteerism and the importance of giving back to your community to the discussion about Matt. And we're going to be speaking of events that are going to be happening. We're going to give you some more updates on some bazaars that are happening in Milton and Halton Hills shortly. and throughout the Christmas, and I mentioned the Milton Fall Fair, and they've got a great event that's going to be coming up. So we'll provide you all the details. Grab your day timers or your calendars or whatever digital devices that you're using to update to find out where and when to be here in North Halton. So we'll be back right after these messages on your TV Halton. Local Matters with Michael.